Have you ever had one of those days where everything seems fine until it's not? You wake up hopeful, you tell yourself, "Today I'll stay calm." But before noon, someone's words sting, your phone floods with noise, and suddenly that peace you promised yourself is gone. You scroll, you compare, you react, and deep down you whisper, "Why do I keep losing my peace so easily?" The truth is, the world isn't getting louder by accident. It's designed to pull you off balance, to make you forget your inner stillness. But what if you could live untouched by that chaos? What if your calm couldn't be taken, no matter what happened around you? Welcome to Daily Stoic Thoughts, your space for ancient wisdom reborn for the modern mind. If you're ready to reclaim your focus, your discipline, your calm, hit subscribe and stay with me till the end, because today we're unlocking the Stoic secret they don't want you to know, the code to unshakable peace in a world designed to distract you. Lesson 1. Control the inner kingdom. Imagine a storm at sea, waves crashing, lightning splitting the sky, and yet one man stands at the helm, calm, eyes unshaken. That was Marcus Aurelius, Emperor of Rome. At the height of power, wars, betrayals, plague, he could command legions, but not life itself. Still, he wrote in his journal, "You have power over your mind, not outside circumstances. Realize this, and you will find strength." He understood what few today ever will. Peace doesn't come from control, it comes from self-command. When the world rages, remind yourself, no one can steal your calm unless you hand it over. Next time chaos knocks, ask, "Is this within my control?" If not, let it drift away like waves against the shore, because true power isn't domination, it's discipline. Lesson 2. Expect the weight of life. There's a man history almost forgot, Admiral James Stockdale, shot down over Vietnam, imprisoned for 7 years, tortured, starved, isolated, and yet he never broke. How? He credited Epictetus, a Stoic slave turned philosopher. Stockdale said, "I never lost faith in the end of the story." He didn't expect ease, he expected hardship, and that expectation made him unbreakable. Seneca once wrote, "A gem cannot be polished without friction, nor a man perfected without trials." Every hardship you face, the betrayal, the loss, the pressure, it's not punishment, it's preparation. When you expect the weight of life, you carry it with grace. So stop asking, "Why me?" and start asking, "What is this teaching me?" Lesson 3. Guard your energy like gold. There's something priceless you're giving away every day, your attention, and no one knew this better than Leonardo da Vinci. The man painted the Mona Lisa, sketched inventions centuries ahead of his time, yet spent most of his life protecting his time from distraction. He said no to noise, to fame, to useless chatter. Marcus Aurelius warned, "If you are distressed by anything external, the pain is not due to the thing itself, but to your estimate of it. Each time you give energy to gossip, arguments, digital noise, you hand over pieces of your peace. Protect it ruthlessly. Say no often. Say it with calm, not guilt. You owe the world your growth, not your exhaustion." Lesson 4. The freedom of letting go. There's a warrior who changed history not with victory, but with surrender. Miyamoto Musashi, undefeated samurai, fought over 60 duels, yet near the end of his life, he gave up everything, his swords, possessions, pride. He wrote the Book of 5 Rings, not about killing enemies, but killing ego. Seneca once said, "He who is brave is free." Freedom isn't getting what you want, it's no longer needing it. When you release your grip on what you can't control, pain, past mistakes, others' approval, you create space for peace. Try this. Tonight, list one thing you can't control but still worry about. Then say, "This no longer owns me." Letting go isn't weakness, it's the ultimate act of strength. You've just begun to uncover the Stoic secret, that control, peace and power all begin within, but we're not done yet. In the next lessons, you'll discover how to face betrayal, silence critics, and rise above the noise of a restless world. So breathe, stay with me. Your transformation continues. Lesson 5. Choose calm over chaos. Picture Nelson Mandela, 27 years behind bars, cold floors, narrow walls, silence heavier than chains. Yet, in that silence, Mandela didn't lose himself. He said, "I am the captain of my soul." When they took his freedom, he protected the only kingdom he had left, his mind. Marcus Aurelius faced the same storm centuries earlier: wars, plagues, betrayal from his own circle. But his journal never trembled. He wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." Calm isn't the absence of storms. It's the ability to stand still inside them. Next time someone tests your patience, pause, breathe once, twice, 3 times, respond with stillness. Lesson 6. Transform pain into purpose. There's a moment in history when Viktor Frankl, imprisoned in Auschwitz, realized something extraordinary. They could take everything from him: family, freedom, dignity, but never his power to choose meaning. He later wrote, "When we are no longer able to change a situation, we are challenged to change ourselves." That's Stoicism in motion, transforming pain into purpose. Seneca said, "Difficulties strengthen the mind, as labor does the body." Every wound has 2 paths, bitterness or wisdom. You can let it define you or refine you. So when life cuts deep, don't ask, "Why me?" Ask, "What strength is this pain revealing?" Pain, when embraced, becomes the sculptor of your character. Lesson 7. Don't argue with fools. Ever tried explaining your vision to someone committed to misunderstanding you? It's like debating the wind, exhausting, endless and empty. Socrates mastered the art of restraint. When insulted in public, he smiled. When mocked, he replied, "If a donkey kicks you, do you kick it back?" Marcus Aurelius wrote, "The best revenge is not to be like your enemy." In our world of social media noise, everyone wants the last word. But wisdom isn't in speaking louder, it's in walking away. Don't trade peace for validation. Silence often speaks louder than pride. Next time someone drags you into their chaos, ask, "Is this worth my energy or my peace?" Most times the answer is silence. Lesson 8. Embrace solitude, not loneliness. There's a thin line between solitude and loneliness. Loneliness is emptiness. Solitude is empowerment. Nikola Tesla, one of the most brilliant minds in history, worked alone. No friends, no distractions, no noise. He said, "Be alone, that is the secret of invention. Be alone, that is when ideas are born." Seneca echoed it centuries earlier. The greatest obstacle to living is expectancy, which hangs upon tomorrow and loses today. Use solitude to think, heal, create, unplug. Go for a quiet walk. Listen to your own thoughts again. That's not isolation, it's self-alignment. The world trains you to stay distracted. Stoicism trains you to stay aware. You've now stepped deeper into the Stoic path, learning to command calm, turn pain into purpose, ignore noise, and draw strength from silence. But the journey doesn't end here. Next, we uncover the final 4 lessons that will change how you handle criticism, betrayal, loss, and the art of letting go. These aren't just teachings, they are weapons for peace. Lesson 9. Turn criticism into a mirror, not a wound. There's an old saying, the lion doesn't turn when small dogs bark. But what happens when those barks come from people you admire, colleagues, friends, or even family? It hurts, doesn't it? Let me tell you about Abraham Lincoln. Throughout his presidency, newspapers shredded him with ridicule. One headline called him a baboon unfit for leadership. But Lincoln never retaliated. Instead, he said, "If I were to read, much less answer, all the attacks made on me, this shop might as well be closed." He focused on his purpose, not their noise. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "If anyone tells you that a certain person speaks ill of you, do not make excuses, answer only. He was unaware of my other faults, else he would not have mentioned only these." That's humility, that's growth. Criticism is like fire. It can burn or refine you. The wise don't fear it, they filter it. They ask, "Is this feedback a mirror, showing me what I must face?" Seneca reminds us, a gem cannot be polished without friction, nor a man perfected without trials. Next time someone criticizes you, pause, don't defend, don't react, reflect, extract what helps you grow, and discard what doesn't. Their judgment doesn't define you, your response does. Lesson 10. Betrayal reveals strength, not weakness. Betrayal, it cuts deeper than loss because it comes from those you trust. Let's step back in time to Julius Caesar. A man loved by the people, adored by his soldiers, and yet his final breath came at the hands of friends. When he saw Brutus among his attackers, his heart broke before his body fell. But history remembers Caesar not for his death, but for what his story taught us. Even the strongest can be betrayed. Marcus Aurelius reflected on this kind of pain. The best way to avenge yourself is not to become like your enemy. Betrayal reveals something profound, not their loyalty, but your capacity to heal, to still choose grace when bitterness whispers vengeance. Nelson Mandela once said, "Resentment is like drinking poison and hoping it kills your enemy. Forgiveness isn't weakness, it's freedom." Seneca wrote, "He who suffers before it is necessary suffers more than necessary." When you replay betrayal, you hand power back to the betrayer. Let it go, walk forward with quiet dignity, because the universe has a strange way of balancing itself. Truth may bend, but it never breaks forever. Lesson 11. Detach before it destroys you. Detachment isn't coldness, it's clarity. Think of Bruce Lee. He said, "Be like water, formless, shapeless. Water can flow, or it can crash." That's detachment in motion, flexible, powerful, untouchable. You see, attachment often disguises itself as love, ambition, or loyalty. But when something outside yourself controls your emotions, you've surrendered your peace. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "Everything we hear is an opinion, not a fact. Everything we see is a perspective, not the truth." Detachment doesn't mean indifference. It means understanding that the world will move, people will change, outcomes will shift, and you will remain. Here's a story. Epictetus was once a slave. When his master twisted his leg during torture, he calmly said, "If you continue, you will break it." The leg snapped. Epictetus didn't scream. He simply said, "Did I not tell you so?" He had already detached from what he couldn't control, the body. His peace was internal, unbreakable. Seneca later echoed, "He suffers more than necessary, who suffers before it is necessary." Detach, not because you don't care, but because you do, because your energy is sacred, because peace is more valuable than control. Lesson 12. Let go or be dragged. There's a Zen proverb that says, "Let go or be dragged." Simple, brutal, true. Imagine Marcus Aurelius, Emperor of Rome, watching his empire crumble from within. Plagues, betrayal, endless war, yet his journals never screamed despair. He wrote instead, "Do not be disturbed by what is outside your power. Let it go, and you will find peace." He didn't try to control the tide, he learned to surf it. Now think of your own life, the grudges, regrets, what-ifs. Each one a stone in your pocket, each one pulling you deeper under the water. Seneca reminds us, "No man is more unhappy than he who never faces adversity, for he is not permitted to prove himself." Final reflection. The Unshakable Life. 12 lessons, 12 mirrors, each one revealing what Stoicism truly is. Not a philosophy of detachment, but a blueprint for emotional freedom. Protect your time, because it's the only thing you never get back. Guard your energy, because not everyone deserves access to it. Master your emotions, because that's how you master your life. The world will test you, people will misunderstand you, but through calm, reflection, and courage, you rise unshaken. Marcus Aurelius said it best, "Waste no more time arguing what a good man should be. Be one." Your life isn't defined by what happens, it's defined by how you respond. And every moment you choose peace over anger, growth over ego, and clarity over chaos, you take one step closer to mastering yourself. So take these lessons with you. Practice them, live them, become them, and remember, your time is sacred, your peace is power, your mind is your kingdom. If this spoke to your soul, don't just scroll away. Join me on this journey, one thought at a time, as we uncover the ancient wisdom that still heals the modern mind. Subscribe to Daily Stoic Thoughts, your daily reminder to stay calm, stay strong, and stay unshakable.